Welcome back to Over 50. Tonight we are putting together another video. This one was requests or a requested video about what questions would we recommend that you ask the doctor leading up to the surgery. So when we met with the doctor, I went through all the tests, had the MRI with contrast, had the myelogram done. If you've never had a myelogram, that's the one where they strap you in by your feet, and the rest of you on the table so they can tilt you up and down so they can get all the fluid going all over your body to check for CSF leaks. So finally, since there was no CSF leak, he recommended or he offered me surgery. So some of the questions we asked was how long would the surgery be?
Yeah.
How much would it cost? What are some of the things that could go wrong with the surgery? What to expect in the hospital after the surgery so that we could kind of maybe plan for things to bring, or if we're allowed to bring any comforts from home, because with the pandemic, they might not want you bringing certain things in. What were some of the other ones that we asked?
Pain management afterwards, expectation of how long he was going to be out of work.
Yep, definitely. Can't believe I forgot that one.
Um,
Recovery time, what to expect, what type of recommendations he would give from a caregiver standpoint, because that's the most important job in all this is your caregiver. And I was really lucky because I had three people in the two and a half, because my son can't hear when he's got his headphones on. But no, he did good when when he could hear me.
he did good.
But having my wife and daughter there, because you're not going to be able, you can go make your dinner plate, but you're not walking back with it to where you're going to sit down. That ain't happening, because you're going to have your hand on one cane and you need your other hand to catch yourself or to steady yourself if the cane or the walker, or they might say walker. Well, if you're using a walker, both hands are on the walker, so where's your plate going to go? So those were questions that are really important to ask. So whoever your caregiver is going to be, if you can have them at this appointment with you, that would be really, really valuable, because
Definitely.
they can get the information that they need so they can provide you with a better situation, because the first 3 weeks were really not very comfortable.
No, and it was medicine schedules,
Oh
and I mean,
gosh.
he was on multiple medications, and I would, they gave me a list, and this time of the day, this time of the day, and for the first week until I got used to doing it, I wrote everything down, what time he got it, because he would ask me 10 times, when was the last time I took my meds? What am I due for
Because
next?
it's hard to keep track of that when you've had the surgery.
Yeah, yeah, because you're not thinking straight afterwards, okay? And you need somebody there with you to help take care of you. It's not something, that I would say you could, have someone stay with you for a couple of days and then you're fine.
Ain't gonna work.
No, not gonna work. In our opinion.
Right.
You know,
We're not
it's
doctors, so
no,
so let's clarify that.
no.
But in our situation, having somebody for a couple of days, that wouldn't work, or having someone come in and check in on you, that's not going to suffice. We're trying to fix that situation.
Sorry.
Live feed here, so we're not going to redo this one. So you have to deal with the person that was being annoying.
Text messages.
I can't remember. We said cost of the surgery.
Yeah.
Does he recommend the surgery? And basically, what he told me is he said, "I'm going to tell you straight up. I can't guarantee that this is going to fix all your problems, but
he gave
given the
us-
situation, I wouldn't offer you the surgery if I didn't think it would be
Right.
beneficial. So, if you can get ask the questions that you need to get your doctor to give you an answer like that, whether it's, maybe not that specific answer, but so you can find out, what are his expectations
And
for the
he
surgery.
originally gave us a 50-50 chance. He said you have a 50-50 chance that it will resolve your issues, only because of how severe his malformation is or was.
Yeah.
Is. How does that work? Yeah, I don't know.
I would say is or was.
Yeah. So, so 50-50 chance, but we discussed it and decided that was a chance we needed to take to,
Either continue with dizzy spells 10, 12 times a day, and what if they happen when you're behind the wheel of a car?
yeah.
So,
He drives our son around. We can't have that,
well, I drive other people around too, but I mean, regardless of who the person is in the car, you got to think about the other people in other cars
Yeah.
that you could also impact. So, other questions that we asked, we talked about the medications. Obviously, what can go wrong, those types of things. Basically, it's going to be kind of a feel thing based on your situation. I know you're probably saying, well, that doesn't help me a whole lot. But when you get in there, questions will come to mind. But we wrote down like a pros and cons thing,
Yeah.
what would be beneficial from the surgery, what would not be beneficial, costs, medicines, how long would it take, are there any other choices in surgery, or are there medications that could work? Because sometimes, they can treat things with medicine. So, those I would say would be probably the main questions that
Came to our minds
came to our
prior
mind.
to that
I mean,
appointment.
these are by no means the only questions you need to ask,
No.
but I think we covered for our situation, my situation, we covered all the bases. We knew what to expect from the surgery. We had an idea of what to expect immediately after surgery, what the stay in the hospital is going to be like, other than the being woken up every hour on the hour. I know I've already said this in another video, but that was annoying to say your name, your birthday, and why you were there. I was tempted to tell them that I was
They
there
operated on your brain.
I know they did, but every hour on the hour, I so wanted to tell them that I was there for a hysterectomy, but there was another part in me that said, let's not mess with these people. They're here to help you. So I refrained from doing.
Fun to live with.
I refrained from doing that, but it was tempting. But what to expect afterwards? How's your quality of life going to change? Because it's going to change. So you need to know what to expect. Your caregiver needs to know what to expect, so that you can have the best opportunity to, whether you're, they say it'll take you 4 weeks and then you're back to work, or in my case, 6 weeks.
The other huge thing that I have to remind him of, it's major surgery. You're not going to recover overnight. It's not going to fix it overnight. Okay? And I have to remind him of this.
I still have dizzy spells and I still get frustrated, but I'm not having double digit spells a day.
Yeah.
I'm having 2 to 3 a day. Now, I did end up on the floor the other day, and if you watched my videos, you already know why that was, because I didn't eat. But, you need to know how to make your quality of life and how to make your recovery smooth, because you need a smooth transition into getting back into the flow of things. Is there any physical therapy you're going to need? That would be a good question to ask. Is there any occupational therapy? Any of those types of things, so you can kind of have it in your mind. So when everybody comes in the hospital and they want you to get up and walk here and walk there, and you don't feel like walking, do you want to go over there and sit in the chair? No, I really don't. It's like, well, we need you to kind of go sit in the chair so you can leave the hospital. Oh, I'll go sit in the chair,
Yeah. They want to get you up and moving. The original plan, per the ICU nurse, was the first night she was going to have him up and moving. That didn't happen. Sorry,
somebody's knocking at our door. So, I think we've covered pretty much everything. If you have a question, or if you have a scenario that you would like us to address or something like that, please put it in the comment section.
Definitely.
Because one or both of us will answer it, and we'll give you our honest, straight opinion. We're not going to try to,
we don't sugarcoat anything.
We're not going to candy coat anything for you. Please click the subscribe button. That would really help.
Yes.
I think I have some subscribers from Australia, and I'm sure that Chiari affects more people. So the more subscriptions I can get, the more likes I can get, the more my video will start popping up in like suggested videos. Like when you go into YouTube,
Yeah.
you see on the right hand side all these different videos that they think would line up with your, you know, what you're interested in, with your interests.
We want
That's
you
how
to,
the
we want you to keep watching.
yeah, that's how the likes and the subscriptions help. So comment, subscribe, like, share this video out there, and take care. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.